wire holding all that 40 amps as it runs through the daisy chain batteries. I don't. I have only 5 amps coming from each battery, well, in theory. And, you know, these wires are way more sufficient to do the 5 amps as opposed to the entire amount. And so far it's worked pretty good, you know, and I don't know if, you know, everybody can do that, and it kind of looks a little crappy with all these wires and all hanging out. And I do plan on building a little small box to put everything in. That way, you know, the hydrogen gas issue won't be an issue, and I can vent it outside, but this is what I got to deal with right now. You know, we keep the air conditioner going to where it circulates pretty good around here and tries to keep the airflow out. But the rest of the place, what I have, these 2 wires, this one is a 14 gauge extension cord, which I found that to be the easiest instead of buying 2 spools of wires or whatever to run my lights to. You know, I gave up on 12 volt lights. For one, they're way expensive to buy, and for two, for the fluorescent ones anyway. And it made more sense to just run everything at 115 volts on household current. I just installed this one. This is a 16 gauge extension cord. This is a 14 gauge. And that other one over there, I don't know what gauge it is. It was a heavy duty construction thing. It was yellow like this one, which this one I think is 12 gauge or something like that. But anyway, they run up, all 3 of them run to the conduit. And that smaller 14 gauge one, it runs and splits off here, which runs this light, that light, that light. I know you might think it's overkill, but this is where we have our litter box for our mini animals and laundry and stuff. It runs through the wall here to our bathroom, runs this light and this light. And that's what that small one was for. I just wanted to show y'all with them on. They're pretty bright. I mean, they're only 13 watt fluorescents, but I like them. And that's what that small one is. The other 2, the 12 gauge and 14 gauge, continue on. The 12 gauge stops here, goes down this pipe, along, or conduit rather, down to this plug, where when we have enough power, which unlike today we're at 12 volts, when it's at full charge, I unplug the refrigerator and I plug it into here, and we run it pretty much all day long. The other 14 gauge runs through there, splits off here, which runs to this light and over to this light in the kitchen, which we use those primarily now instead of regular lighting. Then the 14 continues on, splits off again, which runs to this light,